A new Europe-wide survey shows a historic decline in trust towards the United States. Only 11% of Europeans across 15 countries now view the US as an ally, according to a poll published by the European Council on Foreign Relations. This marks a drop from 16% 6 months ago and 22% in November 2024. The findings were released ahead of upcoming G7 and NATO summits and highlight growing doubts in Europe over whether the United States would defend them in the event of an attack. Majorities in all surveyed countries expressed skepticism about US security guarantees. The survey also found shifting attitudes towards defense policy across Europe. Europeans were more likely than last year to support increased national defense spending, with Italy being the only country where a majority opposed it. Support was also recorded for collective EU borrowing to fund defense initiatives, with 47% backing the idea, especially in Portugal, Denmark, and the Netherlands. At the same time, most respondents supported reducing reliance on US military equipment in favor of European alternatives, although Poland stood out as the only country where a majority favored increased purchases of US weapons. On domestic spending, resistance remains strong in several countries, including Italy, Austria, and Germany, where majorities opposed cutting public spending for higher defense budgets. On energy policy, 44% of Europeans opposed resuming oil and gas imports from Russia, despite rising costs. While support for Ukraine remains broadly strong, opinions are divided on peacekeeping deployments and future EU enlargement to the east. The survey also found that in most countries, respondents expect EU-US relations to improve after the departure of US President Donald Trump. The poll was concluded in May 2026 across 15 countries, including Austria, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Sweden, the UK, and others, using mixed polling methods.